All right, you guys. I wanted to do a follow up to my YouTube last night. I I'm getting ready to go to the farmers market, and I'm realizing I haven't done one of these in my car for a really long time. Like I don't even know how long it's been. But so between last night and this morning, I got a number. This is starting to solidify for me. This this idea of things being there and our awareness of them, like the sounds being there and our awareness of them, and and not being aware of things that may be there and not being able to see it, like actually not being able to see it. Like, okay, so yesterday I had talked about my about Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and how she had lost something and she could not see it. She could not find it. She looked for it 1,000 times and she could not find it because she could not see it. Okay, so if there are infinite amounts of dimensions, and we have our goggles on to being able to see certain dimensions, then there's a whole lot going on out there that we cannot see, we cannot perceive, we cannot hear. It's like a dog whistle. A dog can hear the whistle, but humans cannot hear that frequency. It's just also super interesting. I was thinking about how, in a lot of ways, it's really hardwired into us. I was thinking about baby in mom's womb. So, studies or people have these theories that babies grow accustomed to mama's voice, mom and dad's voice, when the baby is in the womb. And the sounds of the room, they and this is how they identify their parents. So the baby comes out, and the smell of mama, the sound of mama, they aren't always able to see for a little bit. I think about a month their vision is not so great. Everything's a little bit blurry when they come out. So they have to be able to use their other senses to get their needs met, because their mom, somebody there, is imperative to an infant's survival, fairly obvious. And so what I've noticed is, and then as the child starts to grow, everything is identified for them. Everything is identified. So it's identified, this is an apple, this is an orange, this is a this is a that, and then, we send a child to school and we teach them what is supposedly true. And not only what is supposedly true, but how you arrive at that answer. There's a correct way to arrive at that answer. Like, I don't know, simple addition, like multiple addition, there's probably more than one way to do it, but we're taught. And there are some teachers who would not give us, say that that's not the correct answer because we didn't arrive at it the way they want us to arrive at it. Um, so, what is happening is, when people are talking about the law of attraction, they are talking about things that are just ideas. And I'm going to call it, like, in the quantum field, because that's the only way I know how to understand it, that there is this field of of knowledge, knowledge and creation. And I'm not entirely sure that it isn't continuously being created. It's like this idea that I put out. My son and I have talked about this multiple times, this idea of, is math being discovered or created? Because quite frankly, it just seems to get more and more and more and more sophisticated. Math seems to get more sophisticated as the years are going on, as we have computers and we have the internet. Everything is getting more sophisticated. I mean, with the internet, we have the ability to answer all of our questions about, like, everything. How to fix your toilet. You just YouTube it. You know? I mean, I have fixed a lot of things through search engines. But anyway, so this idea of creation is like creating, manifesting. The law of attraction is in the quantum field. And so it doesn't have a label yet. So we're looking at something that isn't quite, it's like that unknown road. We're not really sure if that road is going to get us to where we want it to be. And so what ends up happening, to my knowledge, and I'm you know, I spent the morning. I didn't get up right away. I laid in bed and I just went straight to my imagination, and I was imagining and imagining, and my dream life, I was in it. I was in my tiny home. I was with the person that I love, my love relationship. I was cooking and having coffee and experiencing what it would feel like. I was experiencing what it would feel like, and then walking on the ocean, um, and this feeling of not having to concern myself with survival. That survival was assured. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. Like, one of the things I think about is maybe having a scooter, but like no car, like that I can rely on, like Ubers for everything. just, just a car, just like I'm chauffeured everywhere because, somebody just comes to pick me up. Oh, okay. So that's part of my imagination as well. But anyway, and so I spent the whole morning like living in this quantum field of possibilities, and I think that's kind of what happens. Okay, I I liken it. Sometimes I liken it to climbing a mountain. Okay, so I want to climb that mountain, and all the components to climbing that mountain will come into place. And I think it's the universe that prepares it. And there's more than one path. There's consistently more than one path to wherever we are wanting to go, because possibilities are seemingly infinite. I don't, except I talked in previous videos about how probabilities are not yet. They are not yet, but I'm not sure that it's not coming to this. So anyway, I'm sorry. This may be totally muddy. May be as clear as mud, but anyway, I'm toying around with this idea of our ideas being in the quantum field, and there is this like, I can say, like, I have fear about it. I have fear because the road is not paved. The road to that is not paved for me. I've never ridden that road before. I've never done it that way before. I've never gone into the Grand Canyon. I don't know what this ride is going to be like, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to get there. And so instead of and so I get fear. Okay, I can tell I get like fear come up. And so if I can turn the fear into like excitement about doing something different, learning a new skill, I can work with the fear and hopefully create this life of my dreams. I'm so excited. I know it's coming. I mean, I actually do know it's coming. I know it's coming. Um, but sometimes in the process, I get to biting my nails. I'm like, oh. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll be back.